Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings and salutations. Another episode of Fangs up here, and welcome back to school. I guess that's the thing to tell the students, but as a fan, mm, some of y'all folks acting like your basketball program has been good recently, and it hasn't been. But what we are going to talk about, obviously, men's and women's basketball. Also, going to talk about FAMU football and kind of go inside the den, kind of talk about, like we got some comments and some questions because honestly, it brings about something that the current men's basketball coach said. He brought this can of worms to town. I'm just opening it. And before I get started, though, big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. Also, shout out to the wifey because she was clutch with the laryngitis medication. I was listening to myself, and for you all that listen, thank you. I appreciate it because that little bit of I can handle the raspy, but the raspy with the that bothers me. But as you can see, got a little bit of tea. For my mentee, hey man, you should have been here, bro. Like, I'm granddaddy made tea. So but anyways, that being stated, also shout out to cablebusterstv.com. I mean, it's a great deal. Just saying. Just gonna keep shouting them out. So that being stated though, FAMU, and I'm wondering if it's the Florida schools in general, because it looks like both Cookman and FAMU are in the state of Louisiana right now. And while Cookman came away with some wins, so it doesn't make me feel quite as bad about that tail whipping we took. And I had to edit myself because just fussing at my daughter about using some bad words. I can't be up here cursing and then fussing at her. It don't make you feel any better that we lost. And especially man, the men's team, 84-66 was a loss. And it kind of goes back to something that not just I stated, but even the coach said. We got a problem scoring. It's tough. It's hard out there for a rattler, especially when it comes to getting to the bucket and getting to the cup. Cause the balls don't drop for the rattlers. And it's something that last year you had a dominant score. And it seems like within this offense, it's something that you're gonna look for, but you ain't got it. You have some guys. You have some guys with potential. And one thing, if I said it last week, I'll say it again. This team has a lot of heart. They play a brand of ball that you don't mind watching. We just don't score. And I don't know what the fix is for that. Again, I'll be upfront with y'all. I'm not a basketball aficionado. I can watch. I can normally point where the ball needs to go. The ball needs to keep moving. This guy's gonna get the ball next. This, that, and third. But if you were to put me in front of a clipboard and say draw a play, I'd be like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. But I can tell you what a good shot is and a bad shot is. Our shots don't fall for the men. None of the shots look good a lot of times. And it's just that maybe we're a team that's just very defensive because we're a defensive team. Like defensively, we're pretty decent. We're going to force you to shoot the ball. But yeah, we can't score. And I think 66 is actually like a pretty good number for us. Like per game, 66, 70 might be your average point for the season as far as like the high end. And it's not speaking ill of the program or the coaching staff. It's just one thing I like to be with you and anybody else. I like to be honest as possible. I mean, not gonna self-incriminate myself over stuff, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you as much as can. And I said as much as can, not as much as I can, but as much as can. And yeah, it's gonna be a long summer. And we're not looking like Jeezy. So woo, before y'all fans go crazy, you better get your bread up because we got another year. So yeah, men's loss. Next game's against Grambling. Grambling is 9-6. Games at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and it's on the Tiger All Access Network. I'm wondering if that's also going to be on YouTube, but I'm just keeping a buck with y'all. I think we're gonna lose. I'm just honest. I don't know any other way to be, but to tell you the truth, I think we're gonna lose. I don't think it's gonna be close. Not if they hitting shots, because we don't hit shots. We rebound well. We play tough defense. They have a lot of heart. Just can't shoot, and we only run like 3 plays, like defensively. Mostly it's like it's a press. And once you break the FAMU's press, it's over. Like, I don't know what the hell to tell you. Like, once that press is broken, bro, it's over. Like, it's not a lot to do. Like, you kind of like me scratching the back of my neck right now. That's exactly what it is. You watching like, and they found the open guy, and oh, okay. All right. Well, all right, we're back on offense. Let's go. All right, that's about it. Both teams run a lot of press, and the press gets broken a lot. And again, next game is against Grambling. In Grambling, I think we go 0 for the boot. Just saying. I think last year we did a little bit better, and it definitely shows you how impactful one player was or can be. So that's all I got for you on the men's team right now. I ain't gonna lament over that no more. Won't see me up here crying about getting my tail kicked because one thing about me, if I know I'm about to get beat, I ain't about to cry about it. I'm gonna fight you, but I mean, if I know I'm gonna lose, I'm still gonna lose. Now with the women's team, that game was closer than I thought. I ain't gonna lie. After that mollywhopping that the Wildcats gave us, losing by 30, woo, buddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't turn on Coach Pillow yet because you already know. Look, hey, Coach Pillow. Y'all already know. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all know that's my coach. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Anyways, hey, AD Don Sykes. Look, I'm just saying, like, y'all know I don't know how to act. I ain't got no sense. It's okay. Guys still working on me. Hey, good thing he ain't done yet because I got a lot of work left to be done. But anyways, I'm still a Coach Pillow stan. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And it's not just because I think the lady looks nice. It's not just that. I saw the X's and O's. And after getting our eyes beat out by Cookman, to come back and see that against Grambling, 6-point loss. Okay. That was that step forward. And I love that Coach Pillow is candid. Like forget the whole like me being sweet on her a little bit. Like I'm playing a little bit, but she's a nice looking lady. But at the same point, like, give me some hope. That's really with FAMU basketball. That's what I want. I want a championship caliber team, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. FAMU ain't won jack squat since Mike Gillespie got let go. Just saying, like, you find the coach that's done it. Like, I ain't seen it. Maybe like 2-3 women's coaches ago we were decent, but I've never really grown up with FAMU women's basketball being that thing. Like, they were better than the men while I was in college, but they still weren't quite that. They didn't quite have that shtick. And even still, like right now, we got better players. We have better talent. I will say that. And I wonder how much that talent comes back. But that being stated, like, I'm just gonna be real with you. We gotta see some growth because I think both coaches are on their last years. And the basketball coach kind of said something that was damning. That man said, "Yeah, I've been here 9 years. I've been here longer than Willie Simmons." I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Been here 9 years? No conference championships. Granted, that ain't all your fault. Okay. Now he advocated for himself. He's like, yo, I got a limited budget, kind of on some type of probation. Cool. But again, 9 years? And last year was probably the best year. And this year is man, it's a step back. And it's not a Steph Curry step back. It's ooh, ha. We're about to get our asses kicked all year. I had no nice way of saying it. I just had to I'm gonna keep it real with you. We get beat all year. Just I don't know what to be but honest. Like, and it's not because the dude's like a terrible coach. It's not gonna work. It's just not. Like it's not gonna work. You're missing a few things. Like height is one of them. Shooters is another. Dude's got heart though. Like I said, a 6'7" forward came down with like 15 rebounds at the Cookman game. I'm here for it. But I'm also gonna be real with y'all. Like, it's not gonna work. Until you find somebody that can score, the junk ain't gonna work. Like, God bless it, but it's not gonna work. And I mean, I want us to win. I don't ever take me being honest with the fact, or being honest is not different than me still wanting us to win. Nah, I want us to win all day, every day, twice on Sunday, and especially when we play Cookman. I don't care if it's tiddlywinks. I want us to beat them by 30. And if it's spades, I want the big joker in our hand every time, even if we got to cheat. I'm saying I want to beat Cookman. And I don't hate them. It ain't that kind of rivalry. Just want to beat them. Like, I'm just sorry. It's not UF and FSU where they don't like each other. No, it's Cookman. Like, them your cousins. Like, you always want to beat your cousin. I'm sorry. You got one cousin that talk a lot of trash, but he got a bad knee. I ain't gonna tell his name, but he already know I'm talking about him. Telling y'all on the basketball court, I'm going to that bad knee every time. Why? Because I know he's got the bad knee. You be mad at me. Okay, yeah, you wrong. I ain't wrong. I want to win. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get that dub. And because I can't have him talking trash on me. I won't play basketball no more. Last time, look, that knee still went out on him, and I just kept going to that knee. I didn't say one. The same thing here. I want us to win, and all this losing got some of y'all alumni upset, and y'all calling for folks' jobs. But can we have an uncomfortable conversation? If somebody's going to get fired, it's going to take money. If you ain't got no money, you got to take your broke self home because, look, they're going to be here next year if we ain't got no money to fire them. And if you're not going to increase the recruiting budget and this, that, and the third and give more money for them to do more, I mean, I'm just saying. I could be real with you or I could lie to you. Let's be real. If you're not going to increase the budget and if we're not going to find ways and avenues that gives them more resources, I mean, granted, the Lawson Center is amazing. It's an amazing basketball gym. Only thing, it needs some lights. Like that part of the gym where you first come in, we need some lights over there. I don't know who handles that, but we need some lights. Give Josh some lights. 2020 Club, whoever. Just put some more lights in that part of the gym. Because you got lights on 3/4 of it's not even a gym, it's a center. You got lights on 3/4 of the center. Hey, boo. Y'all, sorry. I don't know that. My wife walked in the room. I did just hit her with the hey, boo. And she like, here he go. I'm always, look, you ain't got to get ready when you stay ready. And I'm always going to shoot my shot. Because you never know. You're going to score every once in a while. But you miss every shot you don't take. Kobe. Anyways. But real talk, y'all. Like, that's really the biggest problem with the Lawson Center. Like, we just need more lights. The food's straight. You got dude over there selling the little drinks for $5, and you got the little, what you call it in G sub spot. They all right, They got the peanuts that they serve out of the can, which I was like, I don't know what to tell you because I didn't upgrade it and now I can't go back. But I ain't hating on that. That's tangent. But like, unless you're going to increase the recruiting budget, and the coach literally was like, yeah, I had an in on some players, but I couldn't get them on campus. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Just saying, though, the women's coach, she getting players from overseas, though. I'm gonna mind my business on that. And that was a petty shot. It was, but it was real. I don't know what else to tell you. But we definitely we got to be real about that. If you're calling for the coach to get fired, but you're not dropping a check off for like 150, 200,000, you're just talking. You're just pissed off fan that's talking. Well, we don't need a FAMU, more talking heads. Just being real. Like, it's cool for me to come up here and talk. I'm at the games. I'm at the events. You'll see me. I'm not at all of them, but I'm there. Sometimes I'm working. Sometimes I'm doing this, but I'm there. Just saying, like, unless you're writing a $150,000 check to give the AD some space to be able to, okay, well, I'm firing you and hiring somebody else, you're a talking head. Because otherwise, it's the same family problem we always have. Somebody gets fired, they sue the school, it sits in litigation. We have a wrongful termination suit or whatever you, and then all of a sudden we still got to pay 2 coaches. I just let the contract run out. Like, just if you like, either let the contract run out and don't renew it and move on. Because I'll be real with y'all, I feel like there's a coach in waiting for the women's program. Be real. Look, just told y'all, Coach Pillow, that's my coach. I like her. She's a nice lady. Got no problem. I like Coach Pillow. It's just not coming together. I don't know why. No more cross. I bet they weren't all them cross court passes this game. But it's so far it hasn't worked. And with the BCU men's team, we kind of knew they were supposed to be decent. But myself and many others thought that BCU women's game, we had a shot. And that's a loss you didn't need to have. And you ain't going to make money losing to Cookman. I'm telling you that now. You want to get fired from FAMU, lose to Cookman. That's the easiest way to get up out the paint. Win the SWAC and lose to Cookman, and we still going to be like, man, they won the SWAC, but you lost to Cookman. We're going to be talking greasy about you. Michigan beating Bethune-Cookman University, though. Boy. Whew. Florida Classic was sweet. That's all I got. I'm gonna ride that long as this basketball thing is going on. We beat them in the Classic. That's all I got. But football, FAMU football, I keep telling y'all, FAMU football is, FAMU football, that's what brings, that would bring the people to the university at this point. But I had to catch myself. We do have a player transferring out. Cameron Sapp, quarterback. He's number 2 on the depth chart. Cameron's leaving, and I'll be honest, I'm not surprised. He really didn't get a lot of PT this year. Didn't seem like he was really in the depth chart. I felt like he probably was the 2, should have been the 2, maybe the 3, but it just seemed like he never cracked the depth chart. And so he's leaving FAMU with 2 years remaining. He's already got an offer from Albany State, and I think that's a good opportunity for him. I questioned some of his strength as a pure passer because he's an athlete. Like, Cameron has great athletic capabilities, very mobile. But some of my question was just on the pure throwing mechanics. And just like I told y'all before the season started, when we were in the spring game, and I was like, yo, that dude Musa is different. Like, mechanics-wise, he's like that. He's a quarterback. Whereas I was like, McKay, I like McKay. I like how safe McKay was as a quarterback. But Musa was a natural quarterback. I had that same question with Sapp. Sapp, he, like, pregame, he looks pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie to you. But in game, sometimes you can see where he's an athlete. Like, he can move. And I wonder if maybe FAMU's offense doesn't fit him, and it doesn't fit his skill set. See, some of y'all thought I was about to say he couldn't throw. It's not that. I don't think our offense fit his skill set. I think if you put him in an offense that allows him to move around a bit more, that's a better fit for his skill set. Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a whole beam with you. He'd be scary in Southern's offense. I'm just saying, like, that would be a scary sight because you have that run pass option guy who also has speed. And we saw what that did to FAMU. Like, we saw that. And I think with Cameron, that's something that you're going to see. Like, if you put him in an offense where he's got that RPO option, I think that's a problem. And I wish him well. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've never really talked to Cameron, but I've interacted with him, and he's always been cool, like respectful. He's never been the kind of person where I'm on the field and on the sideline taking pictures. He's like, dude, don't why you taking pictures of me? He's always like, oh, you taking pictures? Cool. You know, like you can see sometimes he try to let you get his good side. Like he's been a very respectful person. And I try to make sure, y'all know I try to talk easy about FAMU, but I also try to highlight when our student athletes are really cool people. Like I told y'all about BJ. I love me some BJ Bowler. And it's not because he's a Kappa, but it's because even though he's got that chip on his shoulder, him and Kendall are really nice guys. Like I know during their drills, they're doing their drills and they just make sure they're natural and fluid. And Kendall even posed something like I like to champion on the dudes that deserve it. And Cameron's a guy that he deserves it. He's earned it. He's one of those players that even after leaving FAMU, I'm gonna root for. And I always root for people if they leave FAMU. It's never, oh man, you left FAMU, forget you. It's never that. But in Cameron's case, especially with what took place a little bit earlier or a little bit later, it wasn't a surprise. And hopefully, wherever he goes, he gets a chance to play an offense that really lets him use that skill set. Because I'm telling y'all, Southern, Alabama State, those two schools I don't want to see Cameron Sapp at. And it's not because, oh, I don't like that dude, blah, 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 and no. It's because in those offenses, his skill set is dangerous. And I want to give our coaching staff a big shout out because go back and look at what they posted. They didn't try to say anything disparaging of the player. What they said about Cameron was, yo, you want a guy that's a leader? Here's one. This guy's a good athlete, good player, good. He's a leader of men. And so, again, that goes back to our recruiting and the staff we have. I enjoy them. But now, for people to leave, that means somebody might have come in. You bringing a quarterback in. He is kind of from the 407. So, while I'm not from Orlando, I do live in the area. DJ Boney. Boney, that's his last name. Look, I might have butchered it, but it wasn't on purpose. He's a quarterback. He is transferring from Eastern Kentucky. And prior to being there, he did attend IMG Academy, but he also attended Maynard Evans High School in Orlando, Florida. So got a Trojan on the roster there. He's a quarterback coming in. And I wonder how similar his skill set is to Cameron Sapp's. I mean, he did play at IMG. Film looks pretty solid as far as the high school film I saw. I did not pull up his Eastern Kentucky stuff because honestly, not a Colonel, not saying KFC, y'all. I don't know for KFC like that anyway. I don't mess with the Colonels like that. So I didn't look at his film yet. I kind of want to check it out, see why. Why was the transfer? Was it because of competition or was it to be closer to home? And I wonder if it's a little bit of both. And because, again, Moose is going to be a senior. And we also have questions as far as what is going to come of Junior. Is Junior Muratovic going to be coming back? I mean, I've heard things, but I can't confirm. And so what I'm not going to do is besmirch someone's good name on a rumor. Now, if I have something that's irresponsible, unfounded, speculative rumor, I'm going to say that. And I'm going to probably use many of those words. But in this case, I don't know what I don't know about Junior. I just know he didn't play this year. And if his stuff is right, if his grades are tight, and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I wonder, can he take a red shirt for last year? I'm just gonna ask that question. I might want to catch Coach Simmons at the next basketball game and kind of see if I can get that out of him. I might. But and if you offer it, cool. If not, that's even better. But I'm wondering, and if not, I would not be surprised if Junior does transfer. But FAMU's got some quarterbacks. I'm not crazy about the Fisher kid, and just it's not because he's Jimbo's kid. It's because I saw him when they played Edgewater, and he was at Gavi, and Edgewater got in that backside, and I had to hear it when I got home because my wife works at Edgewater. She's beautiful and all, but she be supporting their teams and stuff. And I mean, I can't be if you're from Tallahassee, you come to Orlando, I'm supporting you. I'm sorry. Like I'm in the stands. It could be Leon. And y'all know I'm a Lincoln Trojan. I'm gonna cheer for Leon that day because you're a home team. Now, as soon as they go back against Lincoln, nah. I'm hoping for you to catch that L. Now, we also got a commitment, and man, the kicking room at FAMU is a little crowded. Like FAMU gets another kicker, and his name is Michael Smith. He's not the athletic director, and he's from McClay High School, 2023 guy. So, and if you're not familiar, McClay is that private school on McClay Road, and they turned the football program from feces to sugar real quick. Like they went from nothing to something real fast. Now my wife's evil because she didn't put the football game on, and one of my former students plays for the Lions. Get him, Kirby. So Kirby Joseph, I'm cheering for you as always. But that being stated, like FAMU's got some kickers. We signed a punter. We got 2 kickers. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I want to see how Brooks looks on the field goals. I like Brooks. Brooks is helping our APR. I appreciate it. My man's. And another smart thing you see here, a local kid gets an offer. And one thing that even you saw with Brooks this year, his parents were at every game. Like every home game, they were there. And good people. Like, I remember the first time kind of meeting them, and they're like, that's our son. I'm like, oh, really? Like, really cool people. But that's something that you get from homegrown talent. You get their family. You get their friends. You get Meemaw and Paw Paw and Pistol and Nuck Nuck and the whole crew. Everybody show up to support whoever's on the field. And I'm sorry, them little $25 turned into hundreds of dollars. And if they all get season ticket packages, it even gets better. It get gooder and gooder. So at a certain point, I'm here for it. Especially the special teams. Like, I love the amount of local talent. I want more, but I love the amount of local talent that you see on this roster and just the state of Florida in general. Like, I'm a little biased, but I don't like kids from Florida leaving Florida. I said it before. If you're going to Bowling Green and you're choosing them over FAMU, you'll be back. Not many Florida kids stay up there. Like, I'm sorry, they can sell you all this NFL, Joshua Cribbs, and everything else. That's once in a blue moon. Most of them Florida kids that go up there come right back. Because guess what? You playing in front of 5,000 in the snow, and the football team sucks. Nah, bro. Nah, that's not. It can't be that. It can't be that. Like D1 FBS can't be so important. It's sitting in freezing cold in the snow in front of 3,000 people and a stadium that's about the same size as Bragg. Don't do it to yourself. I wouldn't do it. Now, the can of worms I talked about. We gotta have some questions. We got a new athletic director, and I love talking to my uncles and my dad, especially my Uncle Wilman. That's the man who taught me how to barbecue. I ain't gonna lie. My uncle taught me how to barbecue. My dad taught me a lot of handy things, but when it comes to barbecuing, anybody who's had my barbecue, you can thank Uncle Wilman for that. I fancy myself as a decent cook, but I ain't gonna lie. I got some skills on the grills. Now I'm just saying, like, I'm a bad man on the grill, and that is largely thanks to my Uncle Wilman. And we was conversing, and we were talking about kind of the state of athletics and what was going on. And one of the things it was like we brought up, the athletic director, we got a new athletic director. But before she got here, we hired a softball coach and a track coach. And I was like, I don't know how I felt about that at first. I thought about that thing for a little bit. I kind of like it. Because you know what? That's an out. Because if them people is trash 30, I ain't hiring. I'm just saying, like, you got to look at that both ways. You can not like the fact that they came in before she started, but you can also look at the other side of that. Those weren't my hires. I want these people. And it's dangerous for them as coaches. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't think the track coach is gonna get a long leash. I think that brother's gonna get a short leash, and he better fix it and fix it quick. Otherwise, man, that brother gonna get replaced. He gonna be up out the paint real quick. Same thing for the softball coach. Even though the softball coach, I got a little faith in her. I ain't gonna lie. Like, y'all know Coach Wiggins, that's my girl right there. I love me some Coach Wiggins. Like, say something bad about Coach Wiggins, and I might not fight you, but I'm gonna say something real mean about you. I ain't gonna lie. I got bills now, and I got wife and kids, and my wife ain't gonna bail me out of jail if I go to jail for fun. She just lifted her eyes. So, because I know that, I ain't gonna fight about you. But I might just say your mama's your first cousin and keep it walking. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say something mean. Especially talk about Coach Wiggins. I ain't got nothing nice to say to you. But our softball coach is from that Wiggins tree. And man, Coach Wiggins did a lot with a little. I'm with Kofi from ONG with we need to do more with more. But we talk about a lady who did a lot with little. I keep saying this, but I have never in my life seen a Division I athletic coach teach her class or his class in season. It was softball season. This lady was teaching us softball class at FAMU. And I'm like, I'm thinking like, you gonna have a TA or something teach. Nope, softball coach. And she up there hitting the ball with us, showing us how to hit the softball, like straight up in season. Like, oh, okay. Like that look. I love me some Coach Wiggins, but she's going to come from that Wiggins tree. And I like that as far as bringing that spirit, that energy. FAMU softball is a vibe. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, we need to pressure wash the bleachers really good because they do get a lot of the clay on them. But it's a vibe, y'all. Like, FAMU softball's fun. The girls are in the stands cheering. It ain't like, the basketball where the teams are defense. No. FAMU softball is a production. Like, the girls are dancing. They're cheering. Like, it's like a vibe. Like, you need to take your friends to a FAMU softball game. And I promise you're going to leave away and have some fun with it. And yes, they have toilets there. Their bathrooms are at the gym, at the softball complex. You got to go around the corner to get to them. But I digress. But it's a vibe. And if she's going to continue that vibe, I'm here for it. Because she was on the staff last year. We were pretty good last year. Like, don't get it twisted. Football is not a sorry product. Honestly, FAMU softball is probably the second winningest program that we have right now. It's either softball or baseball. Because it's football. I mean, it is football. Who's got more wins in 10 years? Coach Simmons or the basketball coach? And that's crazy. I'll leave that with you. But one of the things that was said was, again, the basketball coach has been there almost a decade. And he got there before Coach Simmons. And Coach Simmons flipped that program in like 3 years. We're going on a decade. And this basketball program still sucks. That's a can of worms. Because not only is that the case, but Coach Simmons has raised the profile of this program to where you're now producing fruits. Like, Coach Simmons has a freaking coaching tree. When was the last time FAMU ever had a coaching tree? Like, we're over here talking about right now, Coach Chili Davis was at the AFCA coaching event talking about special teams. And we can point to major plays this season that were like, yo, the Florida Classic, that special teams play, like, oh, yo, shoot. Like, what was that? Was that Valley or Alabama A&M? Where we had the special teams play? Like, FAMU special teams was great. Chris Fadul and Jose were beasts. Like, you're talking about a special teams program that's been good and a team that's benefited from focusing on special teams. And you're seeing that in less time than the basketball coach has been here, you've not only fixed the program, but you're producing a program that's now producing offspring that are able to go other places and do successful things. While you have a basketball program that, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to like besmirch the guy's name. I'm not trying to speak ill of him, just speaking facts. And yeah, there are some budgetary limitations, but we're talking about a coach that's had to, we're talking about a program that's had to forfeit a football season. Like, oh, well, that championship never happened. Like, I don't think Willie Simmons has ever had a losing season at FAMU. I'm just saying, like, the can of worms is that in less time, because you're the longest tenured coach, I didn't realize that, 2 programs have overtaken you. FAMU golf, we're kicking butt, and we're taking names, and we're about to win the SWAC probably. FAMU volleyball, we were already good. We kind of fell off. Kicking butt, got championships, SWAC champions, 2-time. How many? 2-time SWAC champions. I'm just saying. Football program, 2 years in a row, we finished in second place. I mean, a whole lot. Look, if you want to fire Coach Simmons, I'm just telling you what, Alex Woods. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Anywho's, dang, he dropped the ball. So I'm just saying though, like, if you're gonna be real, like, we have programs at FAMU that have been successful within the time frame that this person has been here. But you look to the right, and you kind of hit that little meme where it's like, Kermit is, look, I have a Kermit the Frog, but this would be one of the moments where Kermit is over there sitting with his tea, like, I'm just saying, like, I ain't saying the man should be fired. I'm not saying that, because I do understand what he's saying about some of the limitations. But I'm also pointing out, with some of them limitations and more, you got coaches. I'm just saying that I kind of feel like we fell into Willie Simmons. Like, some of that was like divine intervention, if you ask me. Because, boy, we whiffed on that the first time. When he went to Prairie View, you whiffed on that. Second time, you got it right. Man, and thank God we did get it right. But I'm just saying, like, the golf coach doing a lot with less. Volleyball team doing a lot with less. Same facilities. Matter of fact, they were supposed to have their own arena, their own gym. That got mucked up. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know how we can not address the elephant in the room that you're the longest tenured coach. And a coach that plays like half as many games as you per season probably has double the amount of wins. Not a comfortable thing to admit or to say, but I'm just going to be real. FAMU basketball has been butt cheeks since I was a kid, except for, a few times. When Jay Kelly and them boys went to the tournament, I was with it. I was here for it. A few seasons after, but man, the elephant in the room is that we've got programs that have surpassed this basketball program since the coach has been here. And he may not have always had the support that he needed, but you got an arena that you pretty much been, able to put your stake on. Yeah, you can't be there between certain hours because I was told like 8 to 5, 8 to 3, you can't use the gym. So, but at the same point, you got to find some way to figure that out. And maybe that fits to your benefit. Have your players take all their classes during those times. Maybe create a basketball class and have your players in it. Just saying. I mean, I ain't trying to fudge the rules. I ain't trying to get no compliance issues. But I am going to say this. That is a can of worms that a lot of us did not notice and that I picked up on when he was like, I've been here for 9 years. And I'm like, but the program still sucks. Like, House Way, it's been 9 years and we're not winning. Like, and I don't expect to win the conference. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. For me, winning is like third place right now. And we don't look like a third place team. We look like we're going to be on the backside of 11th or 12th. And it's not going to get any better. Like, hopefully Hope is on the way next year. You got that kid from Polk County, Winter Haven High. I may check him out. That's supposed to be coming up yonder. But, bruh, it's some real questions that need to be asked because, I mean, I ain't with the fire everybody mindset that some of y'all got because I understand that there's some financial ramifications that come with that. You can't afford to pay 2 and 3 people and one to sit dormant and, on the sideline. But what you can do is start preparing that money. Get that capital gains project ready because pretty soon it's going to be time. So sorry for running long today, though, y'all. I just, that thing kind of hit home when I started thinking about that last little bit there. But as always, y'all, big shout out to HBCU Digital Network. This is home. The Black Techies. I forgot to shout out Herb Stewart and the Black Techies. Check them out. They normally run the first and second Saturday of each month. Go back and check them out. They also have the videos on YouTube and HBCU Digital Network. Also, check out his basketball spaces. I keep telling y'all, Herb is a GOAT when it comes to watching and knowing about HBCU basketball in particular. He also writes about HBCU basketball as well. And I look forward to seeing y'all. The next game I will be at will be in February. I will be on the high 7 Hills on the be down there at the table, working the game and kind of trying to see. Hopefully we get a win while I'm there. So, but I will be back home for that game, and we'll see. End of the season, I may have to plot to go to that BCU game, finish the season, start right. Hopefully we can end right. So, as always, y'all, this is the Fangs Up podcast, and it's going to always be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.